I've been working on 7,000 projects, and the majority of my projects were PPC related, advertising. And today I like to talk about how to make your Google Ads work for you. The very first thing, I just want you to know that Google Ads should be based on search intent. Ad extensions should be tailored to your ads. They should be ad groups. You have to structure your ad groups. Add 10 keywords to each ad groups. For example, car finance is your key phrase. Car finance will be your campaign, and car finance deals will be your ad group. And it should revolve around car finance deals. Optimize your landing page. The majority of businesses don't optimize their landing pages for their Google Ads. You can either create a landing page specifically if you want to capture leads, or you can use directly your website and direct the audience, visitors to your website. Landing page. If it is properly optimized, it contributes to your quality score. If your landing page lacks the keywords in your ads, then your quality score will be terrible. Another thing is too little budget may not work. And when you do ad scheduling, 1 hour per day is not enough. You have to do A/B testing to find out when during the day, working days, weekends, you get more clicks to your ads. Without A/B testing, you never find out about it. Advertising is like selling, cold calling. You have to do it. It doesn't matter how many years experience you have in sales. You still have to try it first to find out the outcome. You can't just close your eyes and say, okay, I have 20 years experience in sales and I think I can sell 100 units of this product, for example. It's not going to work that way. You have to test that. And if your goal is to increase your conversions, then your CPA is the best strategy for you. Target CPA is a Google Ads smart bidding strategy that aims to get you as many conversions as possible based on how much you like to spend for each action. So if you set your CPA target $20 or £20, Google will optimize your bids so you are spending only $20 or £20 on average. But in reality, some conversions might cost $8, $9, or individually $15. Return on ad spend, ROAS. How it is calculated? Sales divided by ad spend multiply 100%. That's your target ROAS. The thing is, marketers often treat ROAS as a KPI in isolation, which means you can easily reduce the magnitude of returns in the search for higher efficiency. Google even allows campaigns to use ROAS as a target for bid optimization, regardless of the effects on magnitude. Just think about it. It seems crazy though. We have been optimizing ROAS, opting for efficient returns, even when the magnitude wasn't enough to make payroll and keep the lights on. Which brings us to the second danger with ROAS, which is that is based on top line revenue and not profit. This is why when you have positive, let's say below 1 ROAS, and and still you lose money. This can happen when the efficiency of the return isn't enough to cover the costs. Unfortunately, many marketeers aren't given deep enough financial information to know whether campaigns are profitable or not. They just have this one metric which will only ever tell them if campaigns are so grossly inefficient that they aren't even covering revenue. Again, I want metrics that alert us when we are even slightly less profitable, and not just when the bus is far off the road that is about to crash. So, what is a good metric? Total post-marketing profit contribution margin. One of the big strategies is ECPC, enhanced cost per click. You're on manual bidding here and are using this strategy. Google will dynamically adjust your bid within 30% if its algorithm determines that this change will likely result in a conversion. Maximize click. This strategy is designed to get you as many clicks as you can while still on your budget, which means if you're after increasing your traffic, you better bet your bid should be on this strategy. Manual CPC. With manual CPC, you need to set bids for different ad groups or placements. Then you need to keep track of your campaigns or audience to know which is performing better. From here, you can make manual adjustments that will help you increase your ROI. You need to spend a lot of time monitoring your campaigns and audience to make sure that you bid on the right ads. And with automated bidding, you can achieve this. Google's algorithm can predict which will likely convert and will put all the biddings there. If you want full control over your budget, you need to make sure that you unclick the box that enables the ECPC. So what is TSPL? Target Search Page Location. With this bidding strategy, you let Google to do the work and automatically adjust your bids so you either show on the first page and in one of the top 4 positions on the front page. However, TSPL strategy doesn't guarantee the top spot. There are other considerations for you to show up on the search results, like quality score, keywords, budget, and competition. So you really need to work your ass off to get to the top. AdWords is not like setting ad campaigns and forgetting about it. You have to work on it. You have to monitor the ads. So what is CPM? Cost per 1,000 impressions. And since impressions are a bit tangible, Google charges you a flat rate for every 1,000 people that see your ad. If you want to make the most out of this flat rate, you need to use an ad with a high conversion rate and use it in a CPM campaign. The idea is if you're getting a lot of clicks and conversions, you're still paying the flat fee rather than the CPA costs. Cost per view, CPV. CPV is the right bidding strategy if you are doing display ads, video advertising. Automatic CPC. This is another bidding strategy. It's the same as ECPC with minor differences. This is an interesting strategy to use for beginners who are budget conscious. However, since it only maximizes your set budget, you might not be able to see the best result, especially if you're trying to rank for competitive or low volume keywords. So what is VCPM? This is another bidding strategy. It combines both CPV and CPM. If you remember, CPV is all about cost per view and CPM is all about cost per 1,000 impressions. Then VCPM measures the cost per viewable impression. In short, how often an ad is seen by users. If you have the guts to outrank your competitor, then go for this bidding strategy. Actually, you have to do more stuff. It's not just that. There are more strategies that I will cover in another video. How to outrank your competitors in search marketing. Maximize conversions. How to do it? With this bidding strategy, you give Google the will. Google will optimize ad placement and frequency based on when viewers are most likely to convert. And some companies do automatic bidding, and some others do manual bidding, but the majority do automatic bidding. So, what are those? Google will recommend you to automate, especially using ROAS or ROAS or target CPA. As per Google, these two bidding strategies are the best as they can help you save your time and deliver better insights. I had a conversation a couple of days ago with a car finance company, and he showed me his ad campaign, and the entire campaign was on ROAS and the result was 0. So just living up to ROAS, although Google is suggesting it and empowering it, doesn't mean that it gives you the result. So yes, automated bidding can be a lot of help. However, if left unattended, automated PPC can mean overspending on terms that are not exactly profitable. Google will recommend you to automate, especially using ROAS or target CPA, because these bidding strategies can help you save time and deliver better insights. So your quality score is an important factor and critical metric that Google uses to know which deserves the top spot on the search result. With quality score, your ad is being graded from 1 to 10, and the main factors that will help Google know you deserve a 10 or not is the following. Ad relevance. Is your ad relevant to the search query that people type in on search results? With this, the keyword that you use in your ad setting should correlate with the content you use in your ad. Landing page. Your landing page or the link you use to your ad should also be relevant with the search query. Also, Google favors websites and e-commerce stores whose landing pages are fast loading and mobile friendly. So you have to increase the speed of your website, optimize it for speed. Expected click-through rate or CTR. This will be based on your historical CTR. So if you want a high CTR, then you should optimize your ads. The expected impact from your ad extensions and other ad formats. Your ad extensions or additional information you may or may not include in your ad copy. These can be your phone number, links to specific pages, among others. I've been working on e-commerce within clothing business and underwear in DACH countries in German language, and I used ad extension. It was about bra, and my ad extensions were related to wired bras, different types of bras, bra categories. So sometimes it's not relevant to use your address in there if you're not using local advertising. So the majority of my clients often ask me how to make their bidding strategies perform better. Well, there are certain strategies you could use. A good campaign structure is very important, because before getting started with Google bidding, you need first to have a good campaign structure. You will have an organized way to manage your keywords for bidding. You can use a theme-based structure or SKAGs, single keyword ad groups. For example, so what is it? With the SKAGs, you create a single ad group for each keyword in your campaign. And you use negative keywords as well. So this is the second strategy you'll be using. Negative keywords are you key to have a more filtered keyword option. This way you don't have to waste your money on bidding for keywords that are not relevant to your store. So negative keywords are not just using irrelevant, for example, if you are selling car. So carpet, for example, red carpet is a negative keyword because it's not relevant to it. And another type of negative, if you're selling BMW, then Mercedes-Benz would be negative keyword because your intention is selling BMW. So you should pay attention what type of negative keywords you are using. And create relevant and useful ad copy. Google favors these ad copies that are relevant and useful to users. So make sure to focus on and invest more on creating great sales pitch. Your ad should match the search intent of searchers. This is your key to best your competitors and to make your bidding strategy work. And don't forget, do the research, good keyword research. I use keyword matrix. I offer keyword matrix service to find profitable keywords and phrases within your niche. Many PPC advertisers often neglect the importance of keyword research. Without it, you'll end up with unnecessary and irrelevant keywords that will cost you a lot. So you need to have good keyword research, because great bidding means nothing if you are bidding on keywords that suck. And you have to improve your website and CRO. CRO, conversion rate optimization. You need to work on your conversion rate optimization. Optimizing for sponsor ads, landing pages, overall website design. I mean, you create this great sales pitch and everything is wonderful. If your landing page sucks, if your landing page isn't user-friendly, has horrible color strategy, horrible design, the user interface is just not user-friendly, then your ad won't work. So that is very important for a customer, a lead who is landing on your page, a targeted user. He likes the page and he or she become interested in your products or services. So when it comes to bidding strategy, what do I recommend? If you're still thinking about what kind of bidding strategy should be using, I recommend linking Google Analytics to your Google Ads, then linking Google Analytics to your e-commerce store or website. I mean, if you're into e-commerce, then you have to link them to your e-commerce. Make sure that conversions in analytics match your e-commerce store's dashboard on a total sales and total revenue level. This is very important. Once you have that conversion data flowing through to Google Ads, you can then ramp up your campaign to hit the 50-100 manual conversions per month. Combine manual and automatic bidding. Start with manual CPC with enhanced CPC turned on and manage the bids manually until you hit 50-100 conversion per month per campaign. Manage the bids on a product level first. In the shopping campaign, I'm saying it because I've been working on many e-commerce sites, so based on my experience, I'm telling you. Manage the bids on a product level first. Encourage products that are not getting much traffic to get more traffic by increasing bids for those products and improve the product feed. Return on ad spend, ROAS or ROAS. I always have problem with pronouncing ROAS. Anyway, once you hit 50-100 conversions per month, change over to bidding a strategy to an automated strategy. I generally recommend starting with a target ROAS strategy and using profit margin to calculate your break-even ROAS depending on what it is and the current ROAS for the campaign while it's been on manual. I'll make the target ROAS a ROAS that is profitable but also achievable and pushes that manual campaign a bit. Let's say by 12 to 22% higher than the current ROAS. Monitor result. Often, the target ROAS strategy will outperform manual, especially in terms of volume. But often it doesn't. Be prepared to change to a different strategy to test out something like maximize conversions to see what works. I'm telling you, you have to do A/B testing all the time. It's not just putting on ROAS and then forget about it. It automates everything. Google will. It doesn't work that way. Then go back to manual bidding when it's on ROAS. Because sometimes you might just need to swap back to manual and rack up more conversion data before trying again. In very rare cases, I've seen that I've been keeping it manually indefinitely. It requires more TLC optimizing the campaign, but it gets better results. So it depends on the campaign. There are so many factors in place in the picture. For example, your landing page, your server response, the time of the day, and the color psychology, your website's user interface, and the pricing you have on the product or service. So all of these play important role to maximize clicks. Bidding strategy. If you want to get more clicks, then maximize clicks is your strategy to use. Google is going to find the cheapest clicks it can and fill up your budget. Often the cheapest clicks are going to be your branding, because you generally always have a 10 quality score there for your branding. So try out the maximize click strategy on your brand campaign and wait for result, which are most of the time really good. Again, I was working on these German campaigns, underwear. They're one of the huge major player e-commerce in that countries, and they've been around since 1904. I mean, they've been through World War, First World War, Second World War, ups and downs back in 50s and then 80s, and then they went bankrupt and they rose again. So they've been one of those businesses that went through a lot of ups and downs. Anyway, I've been working on their e-commerce, and these are strategies I've been using. For example, the brand took a lot of clicks and sold because people were buying because of the brand's name. And so sometimes it works, but if you just started, so it depends from business to business, then people don't know you. You can do the branding through social media advertising, but through Google, until people get to know your brand. Like, for example, when Wish started, Wish.com, the app, they started advertising on mainly cheapest products, and then did advertising on their brand on social media. So there are certain strategies you can use, and make sure you manage the bids on a performance basis. This means that you manage bids based on the profitability of the keyword or product in the shopping campaign. So another thing is understanding of doing all these biddings. We know Google bidding can be really complicated. So why do you need to understand Google bidding very well? Well, there are only a few people who understand and do Google bidding really well. The thing is, there are some benefits of having the knowledge of practical application of bidding. I highly recommend you to watch this video over and over again, because I'm talking about all these bidding strategies, because then you know it and you memorize it, you remember it. The very first thing is to get the biggest leverage. There are only a few people who actually understand and know how to bid. If you have this expertise, the leverage can be used in making your online store successful or helping other stores. You can turn poorly performing accounts into profit machines, because since you know the bidding very well and then you can apply the right bidding strategy to turn the table. You don't have to waste time and money experimenting which strategy are the best, since you know very well what kind of bidding matches what type of campaign. The other day I was talking with this owner, business owner within car finance, and I kept telling him that landing page, he was 100% focused on his ads and just forgot the landing page. And I kept saying landing page, optimizing landing page plays an important role in quality score, because if you have a good quality score, you get the better ranking. As a result, you sell more. So also you have to choose the best strategy. You can instantly apply the best strategy that help you improve performance without doing unnecessary experimentation. So here is my final thought. There are a lot to take in with what we just discussed here. But the bottom line is, Google is after the relevance and usefulness of your ads to their users. So you need to take more time in creating a really good ad copy. You also need to work on your keywords to make sure you're getting the best out of your Google bidding strategy. With the best practices that I just shared, I hope that you find success in getting to the top of Google search results. If you're having a hard time with Google bidding, I'm always here for you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.